Hey guys, welcome to WebDev Cloud. In today's video, we are going to start with programming language PHP. So this video is for everyone who wants to start learning PHP from scratch, or maybe anyone who doesn't know any programming language or not even having an IT background, to be honest. So let's get started. Here I bring you with some essential bullet points that you would like to know about PHP. So the bullet points heading says why PHP. So PHP is a server-side scripting language which helps you develop dynamic web application, and apart from this it is very easy to learn, and its syntax is very easy, and its syntax is pretty much like C language. So, and it also comes with huge built-in functions, and it is open source and free, so you don't need to purchase any license in order to use it, and anyone can make any changes in code at any time, and it is cross-platform, so it is not OS dependent. We can use any OS we would like to run PHP on, and it can connect to any database like MySQL, Postgres, MongoDB, etc., and widely it is used with MySQL database, to be honest, and a lot of CMS and frameworks are currently available with PHP, and all of them are mostly free. So we can consider Laravel, WordPress, Magento, Codeignator. There are a lot many apart from this as well. So these are the advantages we can consider why we should learn PHP. Also, here are some prerequisites for PHP. So it will require any operating system. Of course, it will require some operating system. So it could be anyone. It could be Windows, Linux, or Mac. And then a web server. It can be Apache or Nginx that is configured correctly with PHP. Then a database. It could be MySQL or any other database. And it is not mandatory. If you want to connect PHP with database, then only you need it. Otherwise, it is fine to run PHP without database. Then any code editor in which you are familiar with. So it can be VS Code, Sublime Text, Notepad++, etc. And a web browser if you want to run your application inside browser. Otherwise, you can run it inside the CLI as well. So it can be Firefox, Chrome, or anything. So we have gone through everything that was required to start coding in PHP. So let's start coding in PHP. So for your reference, we are having Ubuntu Linux as our OS, and we have already installed web server Apache and PHP. You can check the video of how to install Apache and PHP if you haven't already gone through that. So the link is in description for that video. So now we are going to check the status of Apache and PHP in our system. So in terminal, we can just write sudo service apache2 status, and it is showing that Apache is already running. Let's also check the version of PHP that is being already installed in our system so far. So it says PHP 8.1 is running in our system along with the Apache. So let's open the VS Code to write some sample code. But before that, let's just jump in to the path where our document root of Apache is present. So it will be cd/var/www/html, and at this path, let's open our VS Code editor by using command named code then dot. It will basically open our VS Code editor in this path. So let's open this. So here we are in the VS Code. Let's create one PHP file and write some sample code in that. So click here, create one file called sample.php, and so this is the basically tag opening quotes under which we need to write our PHP code. So it says less than question mark then PHP, and the closing tag is question mark and the greater than sign, which is not mandatory for the latest PHP version, so you can keep it like this as well. So but here for the best practice we will close this PHP tag. So let's write echo and hello world. So echo is basically the function which will print the string whatever is given inside this quote. So let us just save this file and let's check the output of this inside the browser. So here we are in the browser. In browser's address bar, we just need to write localhost in order to address the Apache. So localhost will bring the default page of Apache, default index.html that we can see here, this code basically. And in order to run our sample.php file, we can again go to the browser, and after localhost we can just specify our file name. So here it says hello world. Let me just make it big. So this is the output of our sample PHP file, our first program called hello world. So let me again switch back to the VS Code. And another thing I would like you to know that we can also write HTML tags inside the echo function. So if we do that and go back again to the browser, then it will show us the heading. Also we can mix HTML content along with our PHP code. So let me just demonstrate you. So after the PHP tags is over, we can write here anything or any HTML code. So let's say this is heading 2, and let's check the output of this. So it will display the same. Again we can start the PHP code and write some server-side scripting. Let's say echo hello from PHP again. So this will come in small, so let me make it big again. So it displays hello from PHP again. So this is how we can mix HTML with PHP, and basically we can write anything and everything if we are not inside this PHP tag. So here I can write simply anything and it will still not show me any error as long as it is not in the PHP tags. So if we write something here inside the PHP tags, let's say anything, then this thing will be considered as a PHP code. And since this thing is not a valid PHP code, it is ended up giving us the error inside the browser. So let's check inside the browser. So it says fatal error, undefined constant, and then our name of our string. So as soon as we encounter with the fatal error, the code will stop executing at this point. So whatever we write below this point, let's say this is end, then the control will not come to here because our code stopped its execution at this point because of the fatal error. Let's check inside the browser. So it is not reaching at the end. So if we remove this code, so now our entire file is error free. So now it will reach to this end. So somehow if there is an error at the top inside the PHP code, let's say this is error, then our program will basically output nothing. So let's check the same. So it will just show us the error and not anything below that error. So anything below that error means everything in our code. It will not display us anything as output. So let us make our program error free by removing this line at the top and check the output inside the browser. So now our program is running without any errors. So this is how we can playing around with our code and see what happens after we write something inside this file. So hope you like this video. We will continue our journey with PHP in next video. Till then, have a nice time.